Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. New videos every week, motivational Mondays, weird Wednesdays, and your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness. So if you don't want to miss out on any of it, you better click subscribe and check that notification box. Now while you're at it, make sure to leave me a comment so that I know you were here. This is my 100-pound draw horsebow. However, I got it at a real bargain, and the serving that came on the string was pretty crap. So I ran over to the bow shop today, got some new serving that was thinner, and going to show you what I did to serve this up. Now keep in mind, this is not professional. This is more of a vlog than a how-to video, because this is just the way that I tie in my own serving. I've never worked in a bow shop before, but maybe this will be interesting to you. When in doubt, make it weird. Who else do you know that shoots 100-pound bows? So I'm going to serve up this horsebow string, or barbarian bow, however you want to call it. And this is a serving bobbin. This thread is serving thread. There is a spool, and the spool is on the serving bobbin. So first of all, I normally, just for symmetry, will put my poundage mark, which this is a 100-pound horsebow, on the bottom limb. As you can see, there's some wear here, and so I've got this electrical tape so that I can actually mark a place on this where I actually want to start serving from down the string. So I'm just going to mark that, and now being careful that I don't actually blow the string. Going to slice that off, and so now I've got the top of my serving marked. So now I have to carefully unstring this. So that I can slide the end of my serving through the bowstring itself. So what I like to do first of all, before I get all crazy about it, is I like to tie a quick overhand knot in the serving itself. Run it through the string pretty evenly, and give a couple of quick wraps at the top here, and then run it back through the string. Now there's a lot of different ways of doing this, but this just happens to be how I end up serving up strings. There's a lot more professional ways of doing this. Now I'm just going to tie a half hitch to kind of lock that in the string, because now I'm going to have to put tension on the string one more time so that I can actually get the string served proper. So now I have to carefully brace this bow, Odysseus style. So now I've got tension on the string, and I'm going to pull that up to my original mark of where I wanted it at, and pull that tight. So now I'm going to run my serving bobbin all the way down, and I'm going to tighten it and run it down until it touches the string. And now this little tag end here, I'm going to pull under. Now again, there are much more professional people that serve bowstrings. So now I'm going to hold this between my thumb and index finger here as I get my serving started on top. And as I move down the string, this bobbin is going to be like a guide. And the bobbin is going to walk this down the string to where I want it to be at the very end. And you want to keep a lot of tension on it because you do not want this to come loose. I'm just holding the string in the same place here. And walking the serving bobbin down the string. Serving protects your string. It also tends to thicken it up so that your knock will hold on the string. But you also want to make sure that you're not using too thick of a serving so that you can get good clean flight off your string. As you can see, I've got multiple styles of serving on here on my spool because I actually had to go get some thinner serving for this particular string. Since this is a 100-pound bow, the string is naturally going to need to be engineered more thickly than a 50-pound bow. So I'm just wrapping my way down with my bobbin, but I will openly confess that my serving jobs tend to be pretty fast and dirty. Granted, I've never worked in a bow shop, so it's never had to be pretty. Now, by the way, you can adjust the tension that you're wrapping with by adjusting the knobs on the serving bobbin. That way, it holds the spool tighter, and it will end up making the serving go tighter on the string. However, you don't want to actually shrink it down too tight, or you'll run the risk of actually breaking your serving and having to start all over again, because you want this to be one continuous piece. But as you can see, here's where I'm going to rest my arrow, and I've got a wrap above where my arrow is going to rest, and I'm going to wrap it down to where it's going to be protected from wearing my string out on my arm guard. I tend to like a lot, or a long run rather, of serving down the string. So now that I'm to the end of it, just to kind of block it off, I'm going to put a quick half hitch in there. So right now I'm unstringing the bow, or unbracing the bow. So that I can run this serving here in between the string. Gonna put a wrap around and then do a whip finish here. And then I'm gonna run it through the string at a different place. And then I'm gonna do a whip finish. And now I'm just going to tie an overhand knot here. At the end of it to keep it from pulling back out. So now I need to string it up one more time. So now, as you can see, I've got it locked in there. Gonna carefully cut the end of this. So, as ugly as it is, I do have this string served up. Gonna give this a shot here. That was a pretty alright shot. It's actually worth showing you. It is a totally different, unique style for sure to shoot these Eastern style bows. Pretty alright shot to start with. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please got my friends over at SOETacticalgear.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. Thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.